So all the receipts were no longer worth gold. And then, we started getting hit with inflation. So I don't think that people are necessarily ready to trust central banks to, going back to a trust us model. But the Goldback, the reason why this technology is so appealing, perhaps even to central banks, is you don't have to trust anybody. The gold is in it.
Mm.
So it has 1,000th of an ounce of gold, but it's not in the note. It's not in the bank. It's in the note.
Right.
And it's made in such a way where it's never been counterfeited. Which is another big deal.
Is it even possible to counterfeit those?
I wouldn't say it's impossible to counterfeit, but I'd say that counterfeiters are probably 10 years away. And we're rolling out new anti-counterfeiting features just about every year.
Wow. That's really interesting because I don't to be honest with you, it's like, we have a bank system that sort of, I feel like, excuse my French, but kind of screw you over a lot of the times. And it's kind of like, for you, like, where do people leave their gold, like in actual, like, and precious metals? Like, do they just keep it with them? Or is it like, cause I feel like if you leave it to the government or like other places and it's just like not very, or banks even, it's just not very workable,
Yeah. If you don't trust a third party, there's a phrase that's really popular in the precious metals community. And it's, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And that's a very low trust phrase, right? It's like, I don't trust anybody. If it's not in my hand, it's not mine. Right? Like, okay, well, if you don't trust central banks, if you don't trust banks in general, if you don't trust the financial system, that's a very low risk approach. And the Goldback is a way that those folks, can have something that's very cash-like in their hand without having to trust a third party. And it's part of a series, so there's a 1, we've got a 10. The 10's got 10 times the amount of gold as the 1, costs 10 times as much. So it's a fungible, interchangeable cash-like form of gold.
Yeah. Do you think for you, because I know you've dealt with this for probably a few years now, do you find that there are any like key challenges that you run into in terms of gold or using Goldbacks or anything like that?
Some people, they want to know what it is. A lot of people get really excited. You ask them if they'd take gold as payment. And, oh yeah, I would. And that's so cool. And you take Goldbacks out. Oh, that's so awesome. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 in 10 people kind of get you're offering them a venomous snake reaction. Oh, well, what's that? Why are you trying to give me that? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But most people get excited because, it's like gold jewelry. People really like gold. They like looking at it. And, the big secret of the Goldback is it is 24 karat gold and it's very attractive. So people gravitate towards it.
That's very interesting. I would love to have some, but like, I guess for you, what do you find is the best way to acquire it or even just like, keep it safe in a way? Like how would you obtain and keep it safe type with these Goldbacks?
It's not any different than cash.
Really?
So, I mean, if you've got, everyone's different about their cash. They got a secret drawer. They got a secret floorboard. They've got a secret, shelf. Yeah, whatever. Wherever you stick your cash. I mean, people carry it. People carry Goldbacks in their wallets.
Yeah.
They can give them out as tips or gifts. And, people settle debts and buy things. And, it's used a lot like cash. And I carry Goldbacks with me. And I'm always surprised how often I have to refill my wallet with Goldbacks because I use them.
Really? Do you use them instead of cash or instead of actual coins or anything like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all the time.
Wow. That's very interesting. I actually, it's very interesting because, my father actually is invested in a lot of gold and a lot of actual silver type things. And it's very interesting that you mentioned it. I see how it's actually more valuable than a lot of other things that are happening. So it's, I can really see that actually it may fluctuate, but I feel like it actually is more precious and it's probably worth more over time, right?
Yeah. I mean, when we started with Goldback in 2019, it was $2 and now it's over $5.
Wow.
So the value has gone up quite a bit in terms of dollars. I had to go to a FedEx the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new in the area. I'm living here in Florida.
Yeah.
And, Google Maps, they take me over to FedEx and I'm at a hotel. And it's some giant Marriott hotel. And there's no parking, of course. It's valet only. But the FedEx is inside this complex, supposedly. So I asked the valet guy, I said, hey, where do I park? I'm trying to get to FedEx. Oh, FedEx is inside. You can't park. I have to valet. Well, I'll be nice. I'm just going to let you park. You can park right there. So he was nice. He let me park. And I went in there. I did my business and I came out and he showed me where my car was. And the valet people, they're not rich. I mean, this guy's working off tips and it's a slow day and there's not a lot of people coming in and out. And, so I pulled out a Goldback and I gave it to him and he got so excited. Oh, that's so cool. What is that? Oh, it's 24 karat gold. Really? That's gold? This is like, oh, I got to show my dad. He like collects gold. Like, this is so awesome. You could just tell he made his whole day. Now, if I gave him a $5 bill, do you think I would have gotten that reaction? Or do you think he would remember it?
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, he'd forget as soon as I drove off, right? I mean, it's just, one more five. But, you're giving somebody a very novel experience when you take out a Goldback. And it connects to people in a way that, is super powerful.
Wow. Yeah, it's very cool. I think probably people get more excited when you handle something shiny and gold rather than a piece of paper that's green and probably can, harm you in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.